Hey, everybody. Welcome into what is my first episode, official episode, of any playthrough of my first playthrough of TEW 9, playing TCW. If you saw episode 0, we kind of went over the roster, some of the other stuff. In that, I did say I was going to do the creative meetings and all that stuff ahead of time, cut that together with the actual show. Um, Forgot to do that. Just gonna be completely honest. But we will start that on the next episode. I will make sure I get that filmed, and just so we can kind of get a flavor for the new game. I know that's one of the biggest aspects of it. That and the angle creator. Um, but yeah, right now, we are at our pre-show for our first episode of Total Wrestling for 2022. This would be. Um, Here's our little pre-show match. Divine Fortune defeat Goya and Kamamura. Um, 54. I kind of like these breakdowns. I love how it gives you the crowd heat, the wrestling rating, the crowd rating. 54, not bad. Let's get going. We open the show hailing from Sacramento, California, as the American Cobras make their entrance, as Kyle Rhodes lets us know on commentary that they're about to face off against Wolf Hawkins and Jalen Martins. All right. Ooh, not great. Um, in a decent wild brawl, Jalen Martins and Wolf Hawkins defeated the American Cobras in 13-19. Malloy and Spillane charge their opponents as soon as they hit the ring. As skilled as they are, they know catching Wolf Hawkins off guard might be their only shot at beating him. The brawl spills outside of the ring and continues until the referee convinces both teams to start the match properly. Martins and Malloy start things off with a few fast-paced grappling and striking exchanges. Malloy gets the better of Martins and Irish whips him into the ropes so hard he flips over the ropes to the apron. When Malloy runs at him, though, Martin sidesteps to the ring and slides into the ring through his legs and tags in Wolf Hawkins, who lays out Malloy with a stiff forearm. Hawkins pounces and starts in with an excellent ground game, first with strikes and then goes for a triangle choke. But Malloy is able to wiggle to the ropes before it's fully locked on. When they get to their feet, Malloy goes toe to toe with the Alpha Wolf, even staggering him with a roundhouse, but it doesn't last long and Hawkins regains control, this time toying with his opponent with a series of rest holds. Seemingly having his fill after a few minutes, Hawkins signals he's about to go for Full Moon Rising, but Malloy drops to the ground seemingly out of exhaustion. Hawkins goes to pick him up, but he's nailed with a spike hurricane run, and Malloy gets the hot tag to his partner, who runs wild. A power slam, a neck breaker. He hits the ropes and goes for a crossbody, but he's caught by Wolf, who delivers a devastating fallaway slam, followed by the Full Moon Rising for the win. Yeah. Let's see here. Storm and Marvel got pretty good ratings. Jalen Martin's got a 40. I mean, not as bad as I expected, and Wolf Hawkins did not do great. Probably what held us down. All right, let's go to the next segment. As they celebrate in the ring, we segue backstage to a pre-tape promo with T-Bone Bright. Um, he stares down the camera lens intently as he begins to recount this past year's King of Kings. He talks about prepping for the night, all the cardio he did to work on his endurance. He recounts the matches leading up to the finals, and that lifting the trophy was the greatest moment of his career, until Wolf Hawkins ruined it for him. Finally, at the end of this month, I get my chance to get my hands on you one-on-one in that ring. See, I'm not just facing you to prove that I'm better, or because I love a fight. At Malice in Wonderland, it's about vengeance. It's past time I reclaim the greatest night of my life. You may be the Alpha Wolf, but this time you're just going to be a speed bump on my road to the top. 67 got the crowd hotter. Let's hope it picks up, or we're gonna have not the best rating for this episode, y'all. There we go. Still not great though. Quick camera cut sends us to Jason Azaria standing by with Aaron Andrews. Aaron, I'll cut straight to the point. We all heard Joshua Taylor's comments at Psycho Circus saying maybe you haven't been at your best recently, and that maybe you don't have the spark to be the best that you once did. I think everybody would like to know your response. Aaron pauses for a minute as Azaria passes the mic towards him. My response is, Joshua has a point. It's been over a year since I've been near the world title picture, And honestly, I've been okay with it. I haven't felt like there's been anything to prove. But the old saying is iron sharpens iron, then maybe I am a bit dull and rusty. So maybe I do have something to prove. Maybe I need to prove that when I'm at my sharpest, I'm still the ace of this company. That I have helped carry this company on my back for almost 7 years now. That I not only still have another run at the top left in me, but I'm just getting started. 71. Crowd is white hot. That's pretty good. Got the crowd hotter. All right. In an extremely short match, Chris Flynn defeated Duke Freeman. Flynn starts off locking up with Freeman and quickly overpowers him. He tosses him to the ground a few times and lands a monster clothesline. Flynn goes to taunt the crowd in the corner while he's successful in riling him up. It buys Freeman enough time to hit a reverse mat slam and try to lock on an armbar. It's no use though, as the power is with power. Flynn lifts Freeman up with that one arm and then slams him down in a sit out powerbomb position. Flynn hits a flurry of slams and suplexes before he submits it with the Flynn lock. 42, definitely not great. We return to a commercial break. Jasmine Saunders is hyping up the fact that none of the commentary team have been made aware of who Elliot Thomas's opponent is for this next match. Elias Thomas makes his way to the ring. Sorry guys, tripping over my words. As Sean Dokes tries to make a bet with Kyle Rhodes on who it will be, the arena goes pitch black. Here's our debut. Aldis Blackfire, the man himself, is here. In a bout that had decent reaction from the crowd but subpar wrestling, Aldis Blackfire defeated Elliot Thomas in 10:01 by submission with the Gloomweaver clutch. Aldis makes an entrance that only he can, and Sean Dokes lets the audience know that this isn't Blackfire's first time in the TCW system, but that he hasn't been seen here in years. He and Thomas lock up and trade holds, but the two quickly turn to trading strikes, a bad call by Thomas, who gets rocked with a barrage of punches and stumbles into the corner. Blackfire hits a running body splash into the corner, followed by a backbreaker. He grabs Elliot and slows things down by grabbing a chokehold, wrenching his neck every so often. Thomas tries to get the crowd to hype him up and then delivers repeated elbows to Blackfire's gut, finally allowing him to break free. Thomas runs the ropes and hits a bulldog to the hunched-over Aldis, followed by a running leg drop for a quick 2 count. Both competitors return to their feet. Blackfire tries to close the gap, but Thomas again runs the ropes, hitting a drop down and a leapfrog to avoid Aldis. He goes for a second leapfrog in a row, but this time he's caught out of the air and slammed to the ground with a massive spinebuster. Aldis takes control again. Blackfire only relinquishes control momentarily for the next few minutes after he wins with the Gloomweaver clutch. Initial rating was great, which is awesome. Segment rating 52. We're going to have to get these numbers up, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Still, definitely could be better. Ugh. I mean, yeah, it's alright. Jay Cord makes his way to the ring, wearing his normal smug smile. After gloating to the crowd, he grabs the mic and lets the crowd know that he asked for their time to speak tonight, which is surprising because I've never wanted to talk to anyone from Sacramento. He doesn't want to talk to them, though. He just wants to talk to someone, and they just happen to be lucky enough to witness it. Before he can announce who he's calling out, Greg Gage's music hits to a huge reaction. He walks right past Cord as he enters the ring and poses to the crowd. "Hi, Jay," he says as he grabs the mic. "See, this isn't the first time we've crossed paths. And quite honestly, I feel like I've known you my whole life. My dad used to tell me and my brother about your dad." He goes on to put over Ripcord's accomplishments, his struggles and triumphs. He is a true icon in an industry filled with plastic ones, which is why it's so sad that his legacy will be you. Cord's face tells the whole story, and he looks like he's ready to strike. "Instead of taking lessons from your father and learning from them, you used your name to get in the door and then complained about destiny until you were blue in the face." Cord shrugs the title up his shoulder and goes to speak, but Gage cuts him off again. "And before you mention the fact that you've held the strap and I haven't, how many reigns could I be on now if I was Greg Keith? Face it, you're a second-rate me and a third-rate Ripcord." Cord pauses again and brings the mic to his lips. He drops it down one more time and drops the mic and walks right past Gage up the ramp in silence. Segment got a 76. In a good 4-minute angle, we saw Joy. I was kind of interested how this would break down with the new angle creator. Actually, I kind of want to see. Okay, so it says part 1 and part 2. Headlines for Enterprise Man. Okay, cool. It's very cool. I don't think the angle creator is as bad as a lot of people are saying it is. It definitely takes more clicks than I get over a long save. It's a lot of time that adds up, but I mean, I think it took me like an extra minute, maybe. Come on. All right. In a decent match, Killer Shark defeated Bradley Blaze in 956. Blaze's unorthodox barroom brawling style throws Shark for a loop early on, eating a ton of body blows before finally kneeing Blaze in the gut and stopping him in his tracks, but following it up with a hip toss. A similar pattern develops. Blaze tries to chop down the giant, and while getting a fair share of good shots in, Shark's brute strength continues to come out on top. Shark sets up his opponent for the kill and sends him flying into the ropes and winds up for a massive clothesline. Blaze ducks, though, and bounces back, jumping on the behemoth's back and locking in a rear naked choke. Shark flails and flails, but slowly starts to fade. The ref grabs his arm to check if he's still conscious, and Shark's arm shoots up, picks Blaze off him, and flips him over his head onto the canvas before destroying him with a big bite for the win. 60, so all right. 52 and 53 for their performances. Bradley Blaze and Killer Shark, respectively. Good commentary. And Floyd Goldworthy did good work. Good did work. Sure, that's things. Oh right, not another not great promo, guys. Matt Hocking, Freddie and Laura, Matt Hocking, Freddie Huggins, Laura Huggins, and Roderick Remus, better known as the main event, are seen backstage. We just wanted to take this opportunity to shout out our opponents at Malice in Wonderland. Define misfortune. Huggins pauses. Getting the hint, the rest of the group finally laughs. Hocking chimes in. It looks like we've been scheduled in a warm-up trios match against you next week, and oh wait, there's only 2 of you. That's right. Well, if you can find somebody brave enough to team with you against the most dominant faction in wrestling today, they'll kind of flex and very funny. Then you were either more people like you here than I thought, or people here are even stupider than I thought. See you next week, adds Laura Catherine Huggins as we cut away. Man, I could tell I have not done one of these videos in a while because I am just spilling over all my words, guys. Gotta do some practice runs before the next episode. Jeez. All right. That's all right. And a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Benny and the Fox defeated the Elite in 1304. As the 2 very familiar teams start out, Kyle Rhodes points out that both teams have been hot as of late, and a win here could possibly be a de facto number 1 contenders match. The 2 teams trade off isolating a member of the opposing team with strikes and double team moves in the corners. It looks like the faces may have their momentum swinging their way until Flying Jimmy Fox goes for a springboard crossbody and Nate Johnson pulls the rope just as he goes to jump on it, sending him tumbling into the mat. Eddie Chandler sees red and goes in for the kill. He weakens Fox down with a few slams before dropping an elbow on him. He taunts his opponent and drags Fox up to his knees. But Fox manages to hit a sit-out jawbreaker. Stunning Chandler, Fox turns to go tag Benny Benson, but he collapses. Both legal men crawl to their corners and simultaneously tag in their partners. Johnson hits a swinging neckbreaker in a kitchen sink. He tosses Benson to the ropes and goes for a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, but the veteran has all the knowledge and just enough athleticism left to rotate midair and turn it into a DDT on Johnson. He hits a standing moonsault, jumps up top. Chandler tries to run to the apron and push Benson off the turnbuckle, but Jimmy Fox has recovered enough to sweep Chandler's legs out from under him, sending him crashing to the outside, and just in time for Benson to nail a top rope frog splash and a shockwave from next year. Benny and Fox get the win. 63 segment rating. Not bad. All right. Backstage we see Mighty Mo taping up his wrist for his TV title defense in the main event this evening. Tana the Mighty walks on screen and Mo stands up to embrace him. Tana asks if he's nervous and tells him that Flint Slater is a dangerous man. We faced our fair share of dangerous men back in the day and came out all right, I'd say, Mo says. Before Tana responds by saying that because he was always there to bail Mo out. So basically, he's saying that he was the reason that they always won. The two laugh and reminisce for a moment before Tana says he'll give Mo time to prepare. You're one of the most genuine people I've ever met in the business, Mo. Be true to yourself and never give up. If you do that, there's no one here who can stop you from ascending to the top. The two fist bump and Mo looks as determined as ever. 65. Mo had enjoyed the freedom to go off script and perform well. Right, not terrible. Sammy Bach defeats the Masked Mauler. The size and aggression of the Masked Mauler proves a lot to handle early on for Sammy Bach, but the result is never truly in question. The veteran has an answer for everything the rookie throws at him. Bach hits a series of super kicks, followed by a back on your back to close things out. All right. Jason Azaria, that's a good segment rating. There we go. Jason Azaria enters the ring post-match to grab Sammy's thoughts. Sammy says he feels as though feels as good as he has in years, and that even though he's old, there's still gas left in the tank. Even enough gas for another victory lap, that's for damn sure. I know there's a long line of deserving challengers for that world title, but I know if I had just one more shot at the belt, I wouldn't let it slip past me. He pauses, but right now, I'm going to hit the showers and celebrate this victory tonight. Tomorrow, it's back to the grind. 74, and also, just like Mighty Mo, enjoyed the freedom to go off script and performed well. All right, something else I'm going to do with these. I'm not going to reveal the main event until after we've read through it. So our main event tonight is Flint Slater versus Mighty Mo. Mighty Mo defending the TV title. The two waste no time and start going for the knockout early. Slater can tell that even though he has a better technique, one good hit from Mo could end his night very quickly, so he shoots on Mo and tries to take him to the ground. Mo uses his strength to roll Slater over and mount him. Instead, he lays in elbows and fists. Slater MMA background serves him well, though, as he gets his guard up. Mo's strikes start to slow down, and Slater pops his hips to hit a monkey flip variation on Mo. The two get up, but Slater backs Mighty Mo into the corner and lays into him with Muay Thai knee strikes and a judo throw to end the exchange. A woozy Mo tries to get back to his feet, but is hit with a roundhouse kick for a near fall. Slater goes for a series of submissions, but either by experience or sheer force, Mighty Mo avoids or breaks free of each one. Clearly frustrated and back on their feet, Slater goes for a running knee, which Mo sidesteps and follows up with a nasty German suplex. From there, the comeback is on. A clothesline, a snap power slam, 1, 2. Mo picks his opponent up and lands a series of strong strikes and finally a massive powerbomb, but only for another 2 count. Mo pulls Slater up to his feet again and goes for a spinning back fist. Slater ducks under and hits a backdrop suplex, only briefly stunning Mo. Both men jump up and Slater is rocked with a huge right hook. Mighty Mo goes for another powerbomb, but Slater rolls over his shoulders into a sunset flip. But instead of going for the sunset flip into the pin, he rolls it into his leg lock, ankle lock finisher. The former pro fighter has a submission in deep in the middle of the ring. The ref slides over to see if Mo is tapping, and it appears he might, but instead he musters all the strength he can and drags himself, with his opponent attached towards the ropes. What seems like ages goes by, and the ropes are nearly in Mo's grasp. He goes to reach out, but Slater answers with kicks to Mo's back and locks in the submission even tighter. Mo writhes in pain, but still reaches out for the ropes. Slater has had enough and wrenches Mo's leg, the opposite way of which is supposed to bend, and Mo stops reaching. The ref calls for the match. Mo is passed out. Flint is Slater is the new TCW TV champion. There we go. Not terrible. We're still definitely going to lose Pop on this episode, but I mean, it could be worse. Not bad for just starting 51. 67 from Mighty Mo. We did use a creative finish. That was the Mo won't tap and passes out inches from the ropes. And it was a success. So that was us testing out that new creative energy thing. Looking back, I probably would have used more of it and done like one angle too, probably just to increase one of those, but you live and you learn. Let's go ahead and finish up the show. 72, yeah, lost its popularity in 11 regions. Woof. Not great, but that's okay. So I haven't even seen this yet, so we can kind of go through this together. So we can address the locker room. Skipped, it can only be done at an event. Injury review, there were no injuries. View the financial reports. Let's check this out. Well, we made good money at least. Popularity recap. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, I thought it was for the wrestlers. We went down a full point everywhere in America. Stayed the same-ish. Well, went up in 6 places in Canada, but didn't go up full point. Okay. That's not too terrible. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and simulate through. Yeah. So not bad for the first episode I've ever done. In this TEW 9. Definitely still kind of getting the hang of it. The UI is pretty similar, but there's some small changes that make it pretty weird. But yeah, once this goes through, we'll check our notes after this, and we'll get to getting, guys. Let's see what's up here. Scythe face turn, interesting. Remo's dating Anna Garcia. Let's check out Supreme TV. Let's see what they did. Most having liked the vast majority of the show. Let's see what it was at. 80. Yeah, guys, we got to get our numbers up. We are getting our butts kicked. Hollywood Brett Star got married, guys. Great. Drew a lot of praise. Okay, no. I don't know what they're talking about, y'all. We did great. Let's check this out. Viewing figures. I don't know, man. If I was getting 2.5 million viewers, I'd be happy. Alrighty, y'all. We will see you guys in episode 2. We will see you guys at the creative meeting before the episode. And yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.